Right, so I haven't uploaded on this channel for a bit. Whoops. But I'm back now, mostly. I'm going to try and do a video a week. We'll see, but let's just start with what we've got in front of us today. We're going to be ranking all of the NXT champions. I'm going to include the women as well, just because it would have been a pretty short video with only just the men, so I might as well throw them both in. So it's just NXT champions, men and women, as recent of Takeover in Your House 2021. So no one else past that. There's just what I got for now. Got the ones down here. I think, yeah, it's in alphabetical order by the looks of it. So here's our tiers here. You can work out how it works. I didn't make this, so I just yoinked it. But let's go from the start. Let's start with Aleister Black, who is going in Reliable Champ, simply because he wasn't the main focus at the time. At the time was the Ciampa Gargano feud. He wasn't in the main event for any of the takeovers. Only match I can remember, he had like one match against Lars Sullivan, and he wasn't even the main event. Like I said, he was just overshadowed by other in storylines. Obviously, he's a great wrestler, incredible wrestler actually, great character work. But just wrong timing for him to be champion, and he didn't even lose it properly. He cut his reign short. I think he got injured or something, but it's a shame. They could have done more with him another time. Next up, we got Andrade Cien Almas, who's also going in Reliable Champ. This was in like 2017 tail end, I think. Yeah, I wasn't watching it too heavily into NXT at the time, but I didn't really know who he was at the time, and I don't know, it seemed a little bit early for him to be champion, but I can't really comment on that because I wasn't too involved in the product at the time. But yeah, I mean, I think his final champion he didn't have like a significant impact, but I guess he was fine. I don't know, he's a great, incredible wrestler again, same thing as Aleister Black, just maybe another time. I don't know. Next up, we got Asuka, first legendary. It's Asuka, incredible wrestler. She had the longest reign, I'm pretty sure, 500 and something days. Yeah, yeah. And obviously he's undefeated, so yeah, probably the best women's reign of all time. Everyone else says the same, so might as well throw in a legendary. Don't really get into it too much. Next up, we got Bayley. This was like around 2014, 2015, gone through main battle. So obviously she was one of the important early women's NXT Women's Champions, one of the founders of that built the division. Her and Sasha and Charlotte and Becky or whatever. But interesting, I'm just looking at it now that Becky Lynch hasn't been an NXT Women's Champion, was she? No. No, I don't think she wasn't. I don't think so. That's odd. Also, I just noticed Kairi Sane isn't on here. So, if she was on here, she's going to go unforgettable, but this fool hasn't put Kairi Sane on here, so can't do much about it, but yeah, Bayley's going true main eventer. Next up, we've got Big E, Langston, if you wish. So he's going in Reliable Champ. This would have been like 2012. I feel like he was the second champion. I think he beat Rollins for the belt. I think this was like 2012. I think that's what the situation was. I could be wrong, but I'm feeling he was the second champion. Looking at the list here, I'm pretty sure I'm right. But yeah, it's fine reign. It was early NXT. He had the 5-second count thing going at the time, but I don't remember much else. Good champion. Not much else though. Next up, we've got Bo Dallas, reliable champion as well. This was like 2014. He had it for a pretty long time, if I know correctly. I love Bo Dallas, and I love the Bo Leave thing. Disappointment with his main roster run. He could have done so much more. But anyway, let's not worry about what could have been. He was a good champion. He's it's just an odd standout seeing some of these early champions. We'll get to some others later, but I don't know, it's just odd. Odd choice for champion, even though he's great. But anyway, next up we've got Charlotte's second reign. So we've got a first one here, a second one here. Oh, they got split into two. I'm glad they do, but Balor, who had two different reigns, like separate time periods apart, like Charlotte. But anyway, don't worry. This is going and never should have happened. No one benefited. No one benefited from this. She won the Women's Royal Rumble. She shouldn't have, and she beat Rhea at WrestleMania. She shouldn't have. Rhea should have given Rhea the rub. And she didn't even get pinned for the championship. She didn't do anything during her reign. Even worse, she was on all three shows, making her even more insufferable. And yeah, no one benefited from this situation. Everyone involved suffered, and just pointless. Didn't need to happen. Next up, we got Charlotte's original reign. I've never been a big Charlotte fan. I don't remember too much from this time, but I'm just going to put in reliable champ, just simply based on the fact that I don't know too much. And sort of personal bias. I'm not one of those. I'm not like I don't like Charlotte, but anyway, I don't want to get into it. Anyway, next up we have Tommaso Ciampa, who is going straight in legendary. My favourite NXT champion of all time. What he did with the belt during his reign was absolutely incredible. I love his character especially, and his in-ring work, and just he elevated the belt so much and made it so prestigious. Oh, it's just incredible. Best champion of all time. He made it mean something more than anyone else has. Speaking of which, next up is Adam Cole. I won't do the Bebe thing. He's my second favourite NXT champion of all time. He held it for a really long time. It was like, he had it for like nearly a year or over a year, didn't he? But obviously, again, same deal as Ciampa, incredible talent, incredible character. And yeah, made the belt mean so much. Looks great on him, of course. But yeah, legendary, as I said. Next up, we got Drew McIntyre, who is also going in the reliable champ category. It's just, yeah, because this was after he went to the Indies for a few years and he came back, but he's going in reliable champ simply due to the fact he's done better since on better brands, and just, yeah, his main roster work is just pales in comparison yet to what he's done on the main roster. He was a fine champion, it's just basically just a stepping stone to his main roster run. Like, basically, he's a made man now on the main roster. And yeah, he's only in here just because he's done better things since, and he didn't do too much with the belt. But anyway, next up, we got Ember Moon. He's going first forgettable. I don't remember anything from her reign. Yeah, I think this was after Asuka vacated it. Perhaps I could be wrong. Did she beat? I can't remember. Was it Shayna Baszler? I could be wrong. I feel like it was Baszler, but that could be completely wrong. She didn't do much with the belt. She didn't hold it for very long, and then she went to the main roster and did nothing there, so forgettable. Can't remember anything. Whoops. Next up, we got Finn Balor, who is also going in legendary. Once again, he's in this is like my top 3 AC champions here. Not to spoil the rest of the list, but yeah. So he had his first run, would have been like 2014, 2015. I feel like 2015. He held it for like a pretty long time, I think. And yeah, his character work was incredible. He was like basically the first NXT champion, I would say, to like elevate that title to what it is now. He was basically the face of NXT around that time. Obviously, that carried over when he was brought up to the main roster. Like 2016, they treated him like a rock star, basically, and he had that. Yeah, he's so great with what he did at the belt at that time, and then he's squandered on the main roster for a few years, and then he came back end of last year. No, yes, I feel like I don't even know what year it is now, but yeah, he came back at the end of last year. My brain. And had another great run. Obviously, he had his heel run this time. It was incredible. He had those great matches with Kyle O'Reilly and whoever else he had him with, and then obviously lost it to Karrion Kross. So yeah, he had two incredible runs. Unlike Charlotte, he needed the second one, and it worked for him. So yeah, he's basically beating him in NXT. I'd say he's the male face of NXT of all time, if you had to put a face on it. So yeah, next up, Johnny Gargano. Another forgettable. Disappointing to put him here. Everyone wanted him for so long, but my problem with Gargano is with his babyface character, it sort of carries over every other babyface, just in wrestling in general. They're better at chasing the belt. You get more story and emotion out of that. But once they get the belt, there's not much they can really do with it story-wise and character-wise. So he only held it for like a month anyway. Like the other, I think I'm remembering the wrong way around. Did he win it? The other one at New York against Cole, and then lost it to 31 against Cole. Well, the other way around. You either won it at New York or lost it at, I can't remember. I'm not going to try to. But he didn't hold it for long. He had those two incredible matches with Cole. Didn't do much else with it. Disappointing. Maybe in the future. I want to see another run, especially with his heel character now. I think we'll do better than as a babyface. Just, yeah. Next up, we've got Io Shirai, who's going in Legendary. So yeah, once again, she had an incredible run, incredible character work. She held it for a really long time, it was like nearly a year. Like she won it she got it off Charlotte. She didn't even pin her. It's like a bit disappointing. But yeah, anyway, Io Shirai, incredible run, great, legendary. Next up, we've got Keith Lee. Now, this is one I'm a bit torn on. I'm going to say reliable champ. Yeah. Listen, hear me out. It was incredible with him being the first to hold the two championships, but I don't remember much from him being an NXT champion. He only held it for like a month, and he lost it to Karrion Kross, and then disappeared to the main roster, and then disappeared from there as well, off the face of the earth. But I just wish they gave him a longer reign. It's just really disappointing that they got it off him so soon. Could have done so much of that. Even though his win was great, he just didn't do anything with the belt this time because he didn't have it for very long. So anyway, speaking of the person that beat him for it, Karrion Kross, I'm going to put top of true main eventer. Maybe I'm hoping one day he can be in Legendary, but it's early days yet still for him, I say. Even though they're talking of calling him up to the main roster, which I hope not. But yeah, obviously he won it from Keith Lee last year and lost it in that match because yeah, he injured himself and then he came out and had, oh god, go away, pop up, Bing, go away. Yeah, and then he had the match I was dreaming about, Finn Balor vs Karrion Kross. I finally got that. I was so happy. Now he's champion again. Great. I love his character. Everything. He's in ring. Great. I know some people say he'd be better off in the main roster. I just don't like him, but I like him. I think he's great. Yeah, I'm hoping one day he can be up here with like my Ciampas and Adam Cole's. Yeah, I see him as being up there one day, but early days yet. Next up, we got Adrian Neville, at least this time. It should have been start with the rest of the days, but once again, reliable champ. He was with this sort of class between like 2013 and 2014, the sort of middling, not forgettable, but just fine champions. Just the belt sort of went from one person to another. Like I said, it wasn't really till Finn Balor came along that the belt got really good, in my opinion, but still fine champion. Not much else I can say about it. Next up, we've got Samoa Joe. So I'm going to put Samoan Joseph in true main eventer. Obviously, just because he's Samoa Joe, he's great. Incredible in ring, incredible character, incredible promo, great championship reign. Not much else I can say about it. Yeah, next up, Kevin Owens. He's going to go to main event as well. Yeah, he was around this class of really good NXT champs, like 2015-16, like I said, Balor, Joe, Owens. Yeah, he held it for quite a while, and then he was the NXT champion. He went up and after the main roster and challenged John Cena, basically saying the NXT championship is the best championship, which helped elevate it. And he beat John Cena in that match incredibly. Yeah, he was great character work there. Kevin Owens, once again, I can't always say this, that all these wrestlers in NXT are great wrestlers because they're all incredible wrestlers, which is a problem. Some of them, because they need a bit more character. Than everyone's a great wrestler nowadays, but that's neither here nor there. So next up, we've got Paige, who was the first NXT Women's Champion, I believe. Going to go in true main eventer. Yeah, Paige is my favorite women's wrestler from NXT of any time. Yeah, most of them. Yeah. I love Paige. Great ring, great character. Good as a champion, like I said, it's the first one. Yeah, not much else I can really say about it, I guess. But yeah, being the first champion, I don't really like being people say just because it's the first, it should be good. It's automatically good, but that doesn't automatically qualify. But still good anyway. Next up, we got Raquel Gonzalez. Now this is still early days, but not just throwing true main event. She's doing great with the belt. I love Raquel. She's incredible in ring. Just great character, good look. A good match with it was Shirai, yeah, at Stand and Deliver. Only got two things to do come so far. Hopefully they can get that feud with Dakota Kai kicking off because that'll be incredible. But anyway, next up we got Rhea Ripley. Great. Her win from Shayna Baszler was monumental, and she didn't really do much with the belt after that. Sort of just petered off a bit. She had a great year in 2019. And obviously she lost steam a bit, and then she lost all her steam when Charlotte beat her at WrestleMania for no point, and then she just sort of landed for a year. But obviously, I love Rhea Ripley. She's Australian, like me, so instant favourite for that. But yeah, great run, awesome. Yeah. Next up, we got Bobby Roode. He's gonna go in reliable champ. So yeah, it was obviously his character work was great at the time. Also, it was years ago. I feel like he's been on the main roster forever. I think that's only like 2017. But yeah, it was fine. I don't remember like any incredible standout matches. He beat Nakamura for it, didn't he? I believe so. Yeah, so he's a good wrestler. He's not my favourite, but yeah, obviously his character work is great, and obviously everyone knows about his entrance. And I just don't remember anything too significant from the time. He's a good champion, but yeah. I'm not doing like individual rankings in the tiers themselves. That's too much effort. I only really like up here. I'll do it. It's my main ones, maybe. But there's my top three there. Just know that. Next up, we got Sasha Banks. Same thing with Bailey. I won't repeat myself, but they're both in the same boat with me. Sasha's not my favourite, but she's good. Same thing as Bailey, I said before. Next up, we've got Seth Rollins, who was the first NXT champion. He beat Jinder Mahal. I don't remember doing too much of the belt. It was only the first. That's all he's really got going for him. I'm going to put him reliable champ just because he was a good first choice, and also he's gone on to be probably one of the best wrestlers of the decade. The incredible, yeah, Seth Rollins. You don't need know much. He's the first champion. Just yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't like just because it's first champion doesn't mean it's automatically great. But anyway, let's move on. Shayna Baszler. Don't really say much more else. Another incredible run. I would say I like her better than Asuka, actually. Yeah. But obviously, incredible run, great matches. Just a different sort of women's wrestler, really. I don't know what I mean by that, but yeah, like obviously she had Matt Groves. Yeah, she had 2 reigns. Was it? She had one, and I think she beat Ember Moon for it. Yeah, and she lost to Kairi Sane, who was in on this list, and then got it back from Kairi Sane a bit later on. But yeah, really long reign. Then she gave Rhea that incredible rub by Lona Beta, and then she's done nothing on the main roster, being wasted in the women's tag team division. But anyway, Shinsuke Nakamura next up. True main veteran is this sort of same character. Also, NXT Shinsuke Nakamura was treated like a god. Just odd now after seeing him just be grinded down to just another generic wrestler on the main roster. But yeah, it was incredible on NXT. Shinsuke Nakamura is not much else to say. Next up, last we've got Sami Zayn. Yeah, he didn't have the belt for very long. Didn't need too much of it. He had a great rivalry with Kevin Owens, but yeah, not much else to say. So let's just have a quick look through the list. We've got where, so obviously it's pretty top heavy. Just NXT is my favourite brand as well, out of the 3, as you can see. But there hasn't been too many like bad champions. There's been like 2 forgettable, like one that shouldn't have happened, but let's see. So legendary, we got Ciampa, Cole, Balor, Baszler, Shirai, Asuka. True main events, we got Cross, Joe, Nakamura, Owens, Bailey, Banks, Page, Gonzalez, Ripley. Reliable champ, we got Lee, Black, Omos, McIntyre, Langston, Neville, Dallas, Charlotte, Rude, Rollins, and Zayn. Forgettable, we've got Moon and Gargano. Never should have happened, we've got Charlotte. So, there's my ranking. If you wish, let me know what you think and give your own. I'm seeing if you wish. But yeah, I'll see you whenever I upload next, hopefully in a week. If you have any ideas for videos, let me know. I'm willing to give things a try. Like, I'm going to do like pay-per-view predictions. I'll try to do that, and I can do like reviews of pay-per-views after they happen. If you want, and I might do some more DVD stuff. I don't know, I haven't really collected any wrestling DVDs for a while. But I'm sure I can come up with some stuff. If you want to let me know, but yeah, cheers for watching.